and actually blows.
Everybody ready?
Okay, let's go to the news conference now.
Good morning, everybody. We brought you here today to discuss a major development that occurred over the past 24 hours involving our continuing investigation on Elaina Steinfort. As most of you know, yesterday about 3 o'clock, 3:16, Toledo Police Department detectives executed a search warrant at 701 Federal based on information obtained during our investigation. As a result of that search warrant, we were able to recover immature human skeletal remains that was turned over to the Lucas County Coroner's Office. Presently, the Lucas County Coroner is conducting an autopsy on those remains. We've contacted the State Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and they'll be working over the weekend to also conduct additional examination on these remains in an attempt to determine the identity of these remains. This investigation that we have is still ongoing and is still active. It is an ongoing investigation and is still an active investigation. So there's many things that we cannot discuss at this time. Standing behind me is the prosecutor from Lucas County, Julia Bates, her assistants, Jeff Lingo and Rob Miller, FBI Special Agent in Charge, Dave Dustin, Tanya Ryder, who is one of the lead investigators on this investigation, Captain Wes Bombries, who commands my Investigative Services Division, Lieutenant Bill Moulton, who commands my Homicide Division, Captain Brad Weiss, who commands my Strategic Response Division, and I believe John Wagner may be behind us, who is also with the FBI. There's a lot of things we can talk about with this case, but we're here to be able to answer what questions that we want to fill from you at this time.
Did Stephen King give you the tip that led you to the remains?
You want to talk about that?
Obviously, at this point, I'm not going to make a comment on that. I can tell you that we obviously have been working on it ever since this case has started, and we're continuing, and it led us to 704 Federal from our investigation last night.
But you're not saying that it came from?
No, I can't comment on that right now.
How long were those remains there in that garage?
That I can't comment on either.
Had you checked the garage before?
We've conducted a couple search warrants at the house, specifically the garage, no. Obviously, our investigation led us yesterday afternoon, I mean, to that specific garage, and that's why we conducted another search warrant there.
What type of box was it and where was it inside the garage?
I could tell you that, off the top of my head, I can't tell you the garage.
I can tell you that it was located, there's rafters in the garage that expand above, and it was located near their far corner in that garage behind quite a bit of other, I want to say, boxes, trash, things of that nature.
It was in a box in the rafters?
It was up on a shelf in the rafters, yes.
Can you describe the box?
Not at this time, no. It's just
Some of
a.
the volunteers who have been searching told us that they've asked police before to search the garage. Is this true?
I don't know what those people have said. We searched the garage to the best of our ability at that time, and the location is very tough to search. If anybody has been out there, they could attest to that.
So before this search, you hadn't received any requests to search the garage before that you know of?
We searched initially when we were looking for the missing child. The original investigation was a missing child, so we were looking for where a child could go.
3 weeks in, Bruce Smith with the group Justice for Nevaeh said they brought their own dog in and they got some hit on the garage and called the police and told you guys, and you didn't do anything about it. Do you recall hearing from them?
No, I don't recall that at all. We did bring our own cadaver dogs in. However, due to the condition of the property, the dogs were not allowed to go in.
When was the original search conducted? After the baby disappeared?
Right away, the police started a search that day.
In the garage also?
All property in the garage, and then the next day, right away, we canvassed the whole neighborhood, searching door to door, talking to people.
So the garage had been searched previously. Did you know how? I just want to make sure I have this.
The garage was searched, but
Okay.
the
Prior to
completely the search,
yesterday?
I can't tell you.
Prior to yesterday?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely.
Did whoever was searching go up into that like loft type area?
Well, we
before yesterday?
can't get into all those details right now, okay?
Because right now, I think the general sentiment is that Toledo Police dropped the ball on this, and by not finding the box, I mean, whether or not, I mean, was the baby in there the whole time, do you think?
Well, we didn't drop the ball, number one. Number two, this investigation is ongoing, and it's active. We can't get into all these various details right now. The main thing that you have to remember, there are two things. Number one, we wanted to find a body. We wanted to find that baby, which we did.